Hey guys, I'm Tom Rohr, and I've been skating for over 20 years. I'm here to give you all the details that you need to know to learn tricks as fast and efficiently as possible, and of course make it fun in the process. Every trick has that one tip that you should never forget. Once you know what that is, it's in the bag. Let's get into it. Welcome back, guys. I know you've been excited for another flat ground tutorial. A lot of you guys have been asking to see backside heel flips. Before we begin, I gotta share my new board that was designed for me in the NARS contest that was held a while back. This is a NAR character. This guy Ezek that I know submitted this design, and I actually own this NFT. If you know me, you know I love Mexican food, so this is perfect for me. And also, if you're wondering where these boards get made, they get made through boardpusher.com, which is a website where you can print your own graphics onto skateboards and on grip tape. It's awesome. It's skater owned and everything turns out amazing. Look how well this is printed onto here. The last few boards that I've skated have been printed through boardpusher.com. You literally just upload a high quality PNG and it comes out amazing. So check them out, seriously. You can make some pretty cool stuff. And again, I know you guys have been really excited to see me do flat ground tutorials again. And thanks to my stem cell treatment, I'm able to skate regular finally. So it's exciting to get back into some more flat ground tricks and just regular tricks in general. All right, let's learn back heels. For the front foot, I personally, just like I do with heel flips, like to have my front toes on this front edge of the board. The reason I do that is because when I flick, I'm pressing down with all my weight on this edge. And then when I flick off those toes off the concave of the board. So, pressing down on this edge, you angle your foot like this, flick in this direction, just think to flick off your toes. If you watch my heel flip tutorial, you'll see that I explained to flick with your toe and not your heel. I know it sounds crazy, but it actually works. As you're setting up for this trick, just like most other tricks, you want to shift your feet into position. Rather than being back here and hopping right before you pop, because that throws off your balance. And yes, I know I repeat a lot of these tips all the time, but the cool part about it is that they'll become ingrained in you. Then when you're learning these, it is normal to have your toe hanging off a little bit more. Most people actually do that. I like to have it right on the edge because it really helps me press down, like I said. But it's okay if your toe hangs off slightly more than that. You just kind of have to adjust it and figure out what works best. If you put your front foot too far up, your board's gonna point more when you flick, and you might only flick the board halfway. If you put it too far back, your board's gonna go more vertical on you, and this trick's scary because it's one of those tricks that if it goes vertical, you can sack it. So I would advise against putting your foot too far back. Now the back foot. I put my back toe way in the pocket for this trick. Not on this side of the board, but more so on this side. So your weight is pressing down pretty much in like the center of the tail, and maybe even a little bit on this side, the inner pocket. When I have my foot further on this side of the board, I don't get the pop that I need. And if it's on that edge, you're gonna be pressing down on this edge. It's gonna turn this way when you pop, and you're just not gonna get the same pop. This is probably the best tip I can give you for this trick, and it's about the angle you roll up at. What I notice a lot in people doing back heels and doing them wrong is going at this angle. They start angling toward the direction that they're gonna turn. It seems like something you should do, like you naturally wanna do that. It's like if you're ever turning one way, you wanna turn that way. But it actually helps to angle a little bit the other way because you get more of a wind up that way. It's gonna help with your flick. It's gonna help you stay above your board so much better because you're already jumping this way. So you wanna be leaning that way, but if your board's already rolling that way, it's just gonna throw you off. That's why the wind up is so important. And by angling that way, it helps your body stay more level and more square above your board. So now we're getting ready to pop this trick. So you got the foot position down, shift your feet into position, angle a little bit the other way, and then your shoulders play a huge role in this. So as you're rolling up, you angle a little bit that way, you bend down, and you start twisting your shoulders in the way you want to go. You wind your shoulders, you already turn your head a little bit too, that also helps. And then your body's gonna follow you. Also, this helps so much with most 180 tricks, is you only really think about turning 90 degrees. Don't even worry about the full 180. Really try to focus on catching it halfway. If you focus on that, your body's just automatically gonna rotate the rest of the way. And with your shoulders wound up and your head already looking that direction, that's what's gonna help it do that. And the way you lean, you wanna lean over the toe side of your board, but not too far. I noticed I was doing that a lot when I was doing these, is I was leaning a little bit too far over. And when I do that, for some reason, I land and I'm like way over my toes and I slip out. You have to be leaning over your toes just enough, not too far, But you want to be square, like in a good squatting position, and just enough so you can put that weight down on those front toes on that front edge of the board. But you do want your board to be level before you pop. Use your back foot to level it out and to kind of counteract the weight that you're putting down on your front foot. And when it comes to flicking, you want to flick way out to the side with this trick. That's why thinking just to turn 90 really helps with that, because you just think turn 90 and flick directly out to the side, like straight out. And then you'll catch it, and like I said, your body will do the rest of the work. I flick out pretty hard and fast. And like I mentioned, you do have to adjust your foot and just kind of see how it's flicking for you. Again, too vertical, move your foot further up. If it's pointing down too much, move your front foot a little further back. Also, if your toe is just barely hanging off the edge like that, that can cause it to go too far into the ground. Maybe try shifting your foot outward just slightly, and it may flick a little bit more. And then to catch it, normally you'll catch this trick with your back foot. I like to put a good amount of weight down on my back foot as I catch it and as I'm landing it. Sometimes with this trick, you'll have to power slide just slightly when you're landing, and having that weight on that back foot helps you push through that last bit of the turn. And then, yeah, and then you're rolling away from a back heel. That's it, guys. Make sure to stick around for the key takeaways after I do some back heels. And again, thank you guys so much for supporting this channel and everything that we're doing. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button and at least the like button on the video, if anything. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Before you go, make sure you hang on to these key takeaways. Put your front toes on that front edge of your board. Angle slightly in the opposite direction before you pop. Flick with your toes, not your heel, as you would think. Flick straight out to the side. Think 90 degrees. And finally, put more weight on your back foot as you land to help with that last rotation. Thanks for your support, guys. See you in the next one. You!